Hello everyone, welcome to my channel The Search Called Life, and in this video today I'm going to review a book. It is going to be a different type of video, so I'm going to review a book called Rituals of a Happy Soul, and this is a book written by Deepanshu Giri, and on the front of the book, it is reviewed by Shashi Tharoor as well, so you can imagine that it's going to be a good one. And more than that, it is a good one because I've recently finished reading it, and it is an interesting read and interesting facts come out of it. So if I talk about the content of it, first of all, I like to inform that this is not going to be a spiritual book, and this is not talking about very strange rituals, but it is talking about very logical. And I really like the way the writer Mr. Deepanshu Giri ji had written everything very clearly in very simple words, and in the way he put forward his thoughts simply, that makes it a great book. And what he is talking about is not about doing some rituals just out of nowhere, but he's talking about it logically, in a way that, because he's trying to tell how you can align your energies, because this I completely believe, and I've been talking about this as well, that we all are energy bodies, and we draw our energy for every act that we do through the universe. We are made of five elements: earth, water, sky, earth, water, sky, I'm forgetting, earth, water, sky, earth, water, sky, I'm sorry. So we are made of these five elements that he talks about, and he explains very nicely, right? And he tells that how you can do some little bit of rituals that can eventually help you, and this help is not going to come out of anyone, because at some point of time we all need help, whether you accept it or not. We all need help, we all get stuck and we need help, and in this case you try to get help from the universe. Okay, so the first chapter, if I talk about the contents, the index of the book, it says, it begins with "I am stuck." So trying to explain that how many people feel stuck in their different kind of situation, their maybe their education, marriage, children, parents, old age, sick, disease, all that, so many issues. Why I'm writing this? Attracting energies, which is the third chapter, and that's where it begins. Energy device of the universe, yantra. Okay, so let's talk about this. So he talks about yantra, and when he explained the logic behind it, and that made a lot of sense, because when we are at home, we see we have this triangle shaped yantra that we use in our puja ghar, where we always offer our prayer, and it is in my house like for many decades. So now I came to know that, and there you might have seen when you make rangoli, and there's this typical shape of triangle, sometimes up, sometimes down, and sometimes the mix of like a star. We make a star. And so what he talks about is that if you make a triangle and put it somewhere on your laptop wallpaper, or on your front door, or in your hand, if you in this place if you make a triangle, so there's the significance of the shape, because if you make a downwards triangle, it should be equal. So, but if you make a downwards triangle, that is basically representing that it's trying to bring the energy from the earth, because everything that we see around us is essentially coming from the earth. And when we die, we cannot carry anything except our karma. So if you are making a downwards triangle, you're basically attracting the material energy. That's what most of the people are looking important. If you're making an upward triangle, that is where you're looking for when you start attracting energy which is from the universe, which is spiritual energy. And he gave an example which is very interesting, that Hollywood star Johnny Depp, he has this tattoo downwards triangle. So ever since he made it, it is said, I don't know, but ever since he made this triangle, he became like a superstar. So that's very interesting. And then the next chapter comes about the sound of the universe, mantra. Yes, so the sound of the universe, when he talks about, which is the most important thing, obviously I cannot talk about everything, but the most important thing that I can talk about is that we all enjoy music, we all listen to the music. So when you're talking about the sound, he said that he explained that if you start listening to rag, the classic music that we have basically, and I had been listening to rag for a long time actually. So, but here it is. So there's a list of raga and problem they can solve. That's what he's saying. That before you go to sleep, if you're, for example, if you're having problem related to children, honor, getting a position in life, relationship with father and government, you can try to listen rag Tanpura, rag Sadhvina, rag Darbari while going to sleep. Before you go to sleep, at peace, just listen to rag and then go to sleep. Then you have some message through your dreams, and it also provides you a great mental peace. So the next, mental peace, relationship with mother, happiness, calmness, family atmosphere, emotional trauma and pain. If you're having these issues, you can try listening to rag Suddha, rag Komal, rag Yaman, rag Hans Dhavani, and property related issues, for example, rag Bhairavi, Asavi, Todi, and lack of happiness, motivation, purpose, intangible happiness, missing rag Suddha. So there are so many. So this is one thing which I really liked, and I'm trying. I mean, I cannot listen to the rag all day. I mean, every day, but I've been trying. And there's one more. When it's talked about attracting energies. So if you are lighting a diya on a specific day, which is the Purnima, if it falls on Monday, and it is good for emotional support and happiness, and you need to light the diya towards the direction of northeast. Similarly, if it is on Friday, if it is falling on Friday and you're having, that is for marriage and money, and you have to light the diya towards the direction of northwest. So he has given different dates. So because every month we do have one full moon day, it can be on Monday, Tuesday, depending on which day it is. And if you're having any of these issues, so you can start lighting a diya from that day for 14 weeks, and you can see the change. That's what it talks about. So I would suggest that you read the book first and then understand it. But if you do this, let me know also that if there's any change, you can leave the comments, and it could be an open forum. And then he talks about synchronicity of time, which is where you're talking about how different days of the year can be used for different types of issues. For example, he has mentioned here that let's say which is upcoming, which is 15th August to 15th September. This time is good for taking new office, love life initiatives, government or management related tasks, self-learning, making long-term plans, stomach-related ailments, celebrations, and branding yourself. So if you're planning any of that in this time period, 15 August to 15 September, it's most likely it's going to go good. And suppose 15 October to 15 November is good for marriage, relationship, partnership, business, travel, for vacation. And next he talks about that if you are aware of the lunar system, that after Purnima we have this first day, Dwadasi, Triyodasi, like that. So if you have to do some important thing, that for example, he mentioned that 14th lunar days, it is good for spiritual upliftment and doing penance. And full moon day is good for submitting final reports and closure reports. Like the fifth lunar day is good for every activity except dealing with financial matters. So that is also very interesting, and he has shared some of his experiences, which are very interesting and very, what to say, intriguing. And then in this book, like I said, it's a great book, and he eventually, when he talks about, that moving on, a ritual of goodbye. I know that a lot of us have a lot of goodbyes which are not completed. I mean, a goodbye which is not done is the most painful thing, right? So we need to, you can try to let go of a lot of things, and you should. I believe that we all should let go of a lot of things, because many people keep the grudges and everything within them, and that eventually turns out to be the most dangerous thing for them, not for anybody else, but just for them. So you can try this ritual, which is mentioned here. And when he talks about, by the end of the book, he's talking about a king's mentality, which means he's saying that you do not just have a faith, blind faith on anyone, on any book or any word, but try it yourself. Because we all, which I also believe, that we all are energy bodies. So we all are on this earth, not just to be, somebody's children, somebody's spouse, somebody's employee. We all are very, very important in ourselves, and we need to explore the possibility that we have as humans. The energy is within us, and if we do not recognize it, and we just live the life like this, and we eventually let go of everything, it means that we are kind of committing a sin, because God had created us to find the true meaning of life, and then become uh, enlightened. And if we are dying without becoming enlightened, then that's a shame. But most of the people just live and go, and this is not what you want, right? So this is, and I really like that, what he mentioned, that to have that kind of mentality and believe in yourself, and believe that you are as important, as great as God did, himself. So because we all are part of, all are particle of that light, that running everything, that takes care of everything in this world. So in summary, this book is a great read. I would suggest that you read it, and yeah, I really like the book. But I haven't done any rituals as of now. I mean, a few I'm doing. For example, the light Nutya, or anything like that. I'll try to do those. Listening to rag is something that I'm doing, and I haven't had any very peculiar kind of dream as of now. But definitely, you share. I believe that it is working for a lot of people, because this is one of the best sellers on Amazon. So please share your experiences, and I hope that you like